Hey guys, welcome back to ReConvert. This is Eric and I'm super excited to tell you about a new feature we just released related to the product upsell in ReConvert. So for a long time you guys have been asking us to add timers and urgency to the product upsell, and we really wanted to enable that, and today is the day. Timers are now available for the product upsell and soon will be released for product recommendations as well. The reason it took us so long to implement is because we really wanted to make sure we cover all the options and all the customization that you guys need in order to protect your brand or just make the most out of the situation. So let's just jump right into it. If you want to add a timer to your product upsell, you just need to head over to one of your templates where the product upsell is in. For the sake of the example, we're just going to create a new template. And now that you're in the page builder, let's just add product upsell to the right side of the thank you page. Here we go. As you can see, by default, we have a timer set to 5 minutes at the top of the upsell. All the settings related to the product upsell are on the left side. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you're going to see timer settings. Now you can disable the timer completely, and if you want to, you can enable the timer. Again, by default, for new upsell widgets, it's going to be enabled. And then you have a timer title where you can control it in here. I'm going to keep it as offer expires in. And the next setting we're going to have here for the timer is display settings. You can either display the timer on every impression, which means that whenever the customer will refresh the thank you page or will get back to the thank you page, the timer will reset and count down from the beginning. The second option is display once per customer. This will display the timer one time per each customer, even if the customer is leaving the thank you page or getting back or having multiple orders, the timer will only display once. And the third option is once per order, basically the same as once per customer, but if the same customer places another order, it's going to see the timer again. So I'm just going to leave it on every impression. The next setting we have in here is the actual timing of the timer. By default, it's set to 5 minutes. I recommend keeping it on the same settings. And if I add days to the timer, days, hours, minutes, and seconds will be displayed. I'm just going to keep it at 5 seconds for the sake of the example. The next thing we have to configure is the style. We've made 4 different timer styling for you. This is style 1. This is style 2. This is style 3 that actually counts and show you a progress bar of the time left. And this is style 4 that's going to display a circle with the timer in it, running backwards and actually showing again this progress bar. Now for each style, the settings are going to be a little bit different. Let's just go back to the first style and continue with this one till the end of the example. You can control the design of each element in the timer. The next thing you need to define is the timer position. Now, there are a few different positions you can decide to place your timer in. The default setting is above the product title. The second option is to place it below the title. Third option is below the image. Next option is above the button, and the final option is below the button. The next thing we want to configure is the text of the timer compared to the timer itself. So by default, it's going to be above the timer. You can also set it to left of the timer, right of the timer, or below the timer. So we really made sure you have control over everything. This option available for style 1, style 2, and style 3. The next thing we're going to configure is the text for hours, days, minutes, and seconds. Assuming your store is in English, we're going to keep it the same. Maybe we're just going to use a shorter version like minutes and seconds. Now, another important note for this section, if you're going to keep all of them empty, we're just going to replace the minutes and second with this sign here. So I'm just going to keep it this way. And here I'm just going to keep it above the timer for the sake of the example. The last setting we have to configure is what happens when the timer runs out. Now, this is really one of the things we try to think through and cover all of the options. By default, it's going to do nothing. Whenever the timer is expired, nothing is going to happen and the offer is still going to be here. The second option you have is just to remove the discount. What this will do when the timer expires is just going to display the timer expired message and the discount will be removed, which means the product will go back to its original price. This is great for stores who want to maintain brand appearance and don't want customers to feel like they're being fooled. But again, this is up to you to decide what you want to do. The third option is just to hide the widget. In this case, and I'm going to use this preview expired button, whenever the timer expires, we're just going to see the timer expired message and then it's just going to disappear. So this is how it's going to look like. I'm going to make it back to the live offer. So this is how it's going to look like. And our last option is just to gray out the widget. And in this case, whenever the timer is expired, we're just going to see the timer expired message followed by the actual widget being grayed out and disabled. So you're not going to be able to take the offer. And this is how it's going to look like. And moving back to live. And this is it, guys. I think you now know everything you need to know about timers with ReConvert. We really try to cover everything so that you can take full control over your upsells on the thank you page. Please, guys, if you do have any feedback, make sure to comment it in the comment section or just reach out to our live support chat at the bottom right corner of the screen. Also, if you like the app, make sure to leave us a review on the App Store. Again, we're just asking for a genuine review, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.